Take number 2 then here at Apex Racing TV and the AOR Formula Renault 2.0 Championship. Hopefully we are live and you can hear us now. It's Alex Simpson in the booth with Sam Fitzpatrick. We are in Germany, the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, and yes, well, this is going to be a crazy, crazy race. I was just saying on the first take, I'm not 100% sure what to make of this track and car combo. Love the Formula Renault. Love the Nordschleife. I've done a tourist lap around it. It's so much fun. And but yeah, I just don't know. Track and car combo seems a bit funny to me. This could be an interesting race. Those that know the track really, really well, but might not be particularly fast, I think they're going to have, you know, quite a bit of success today in this hour-long race. Those that perhaps don't know the circuit but are quick are going to struggle somewhat, I think. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day's racing, Sam. Sorry, over to you to repeat yourself all over again as well.
Yeah, fine. Hello, everyone. Yes, a lot like I was saying earlier, there's going to be some specialists around here. I think it could be a slightly mixed up grid. I think some of the top drivers may struggle around here. Some of the midfield drivers and back-end drivers are going to be able to perhaps have their best week of the season. So we wait to see if they can really impress. Like you said, you need to be a specialist around here to be fast. And around here, 60 minutes is going to be so tough for these drivers. I think the biggest challenge of the season for them so far. And because they're going to be just racing wheel to wheel all the way through for about 8 laps, going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, just looking at championship standings then, Rennie Osterkamp, I believe these have updated, still leading the way with 235 points. His teammate Patrick Kessler behind him on 191. That surprised me because Osterkamp missed the last race, didn't he? So the team AOR Purple, Phil Reed, is on 155 points. Morridge in the PSR Orange, 132, 124 for the team AOR Blue. Christian Takacs. Then we've got Godin, Summers, Hoyer, Nolden, and Herman for the top 10. Thompson missed a few races, but all quite close in the championship still. We are getting to the business end of the season now, and I have to say, Osterkamp does look like he has a pretty tasty lead going into this one. Is he here? Yes, he is, and currently sitting very, very good in pole position as well. So a driver that must enjoy this place.
Yeah, he's throughout the season, I think he's just had quarter of a second on everyone. Just when it's come down to the wire in qualifying in the races, he's just had that extra 2 tenths that all these other drivers will envy, I think. So he's going to be super difficult to beat. Got 1.3 seconds over Jean-Francois Godin and another half second to Stefan Herman. Of course, you know, 6-minute 26 to a 6-minute 27. That's a very small margin, so I think it's still going to be close. The racing around here is always terrific, and track position is absolutely vital, but who knows what's going to happen. We have seen this season Renault a little bit vulnerable to mistakes, and I think round here, this is the one place in the world where you do not want to make mistakes.
No, you really can't. Any little mistake here is going to get punished pretty hard. And like you said, what was that? Where's the timing gone? So yeah, 1.3 seconds. That's nothing round here. You know, that's such small margins. So I fully expect to see the guys really, really battle heavily through this one. Of course, the track is narrow when you're not on the main straight, like Rob Plumley is right now. And it is very difficult to get a move done. And a lot of it is very fast and very flowing. And in this Formula Renault, they do produce enough downforce compared to their power that a lot of the sort of the fast sections are going to be completely flat out, and it's just going to be like threading the needle one line through there, and we'll see a lot of single file racing, just sort of being very patient until they can get into a position where they can sort of use the draft to get a bit of a run, especially sort of down the back straight. Yeah, so 1 hour around here. This is going to be this is going to be an interesting sort of concept. Our co-commentator Andrew Woodhouse has decided to join the series as well. So yeah, it's just us two this week, and yeah, we'll see how he gets. So he's going to team up with Scott Newton as well, as Scott's teammate hadn't been able to attend a single race so far. So yeah, this should be interesting. What a track to do your debut in the series.
Yeah, not too easy for Woody, but at the same time, if he can keep it on the circuit for the full hour, I fully expect him to be kind of finishing the top 15, I reckon. Maybe even challenge for top 10, because the attrition rate around here is going to be, insane. The first lap is absolutely crucial. If you get a pile-up, or if you get a spinner midway through the first lap, then it can cause absolute havoc behind. And if Woody can keep himself clean out there, I'm sure he's going to be fighting for those top positions by the end.
Just having a little look while we wait for the official qualifications to come through. There's still a good minute or so left of quali, but yeah, there's the gaps just on the side. Don't think we have anybody out on the circuit, unfortunately, now. So yeah, 1.3, then 1.7 to Herman Kessler, almost 2 seconds back, and Summers there. A big jump too. We get to Enric Andre, but then quite a close little gaggle with him, Takacs, Dove, McLeod, and Nolden, all sort of within a second of each other there. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. We're down on numbers a little bit this week, and do you know what? I'm really not surprised as well, because I think this track is like, no, I'll take this my drop.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think there's 27 out there, so we're not dropping, we're not losing too many drivers, but yeah, it's usually a little bit closer to 30. But yeah, whatever happens, it's going to be super competitive. I think that midfield, like you were saying, super close. Sarah Dove, I must say, actually done a terrific job to be in P8. She tends to kind of struggle to get into the top 10 in the feature races, but has had a terrific qualifying out there. Just clearly hooked up a great lap, and that's what you need around here.
I do believe we have the final gridding qualification classifications. There we go. We'll get there eventually. Available to us now. Simpson, if you wouldn't mind doing the honours and just running us through that while we get ready.
Yep, so René Osterkamp is in pole position, 6 minute 26.5. Jean-François Godin in second place, Stefan Herman in third, Patrick Kessler fourth, Charlie Summers fifth, and then he's followed by Enric Andre, Christian Takacs, Sarah Dove, Ty McLeod, and Kerry Nolden, rounding out the top 10. And it was Yuri Mojak, Alexei Sorokin, Johan Harth, Lubomir Moric, Glenn Andre Key in 15th, David Bootslar, Alistair Hay, Tom Van Humen, Scott Newton, and Daniel J. Morris in 20th. Then it's Robert Plumley, Jose Malvin, Urke Lindstrom, Manuel Hoyer, Evan Arti, Imre, and then Andrew Woodhouse and Joseph Fringos are our co-commentators rounding out the field.
Trying to find a good angle to see this start. It's crazy the undulation that comes off the start going in the first corner. You know, when we're looking at the sort of the main TV cameras, they're all hiding behind there somewhere. So yeah. Just waiting for a couple of people, I think, to make their way to the grid. Daniel Morris still hasn't shown up yet. Thanks everybody for tuning in and watching. What's your thoughts on this circuit? What do you expect to see today? Let us know in the chat. Ask us any questions and we'll try and get back to those during the show. But here we go then. Nordschleife round of the AOR Formula Renault 2.0 Championship is away, and the guys are screaming into turn one. Shuts a short run. No one makes any real moves, but no issues in the first corner. A couple of places are changing, but for the most part, everyone is away and up and running.
Yeah, clean start. Slightly surprised. It was a brilliant start for the leader, and yeah, clean away.
Wonder. Obviously, we have our little mini map that we can show. I just wondered how that was gonna look this week, with the fact that such a massive track. But hey, look, the developers have done a great job as well, and even managed to map out the Nordschleife for our overlay. So good work, Pascal. Very close at the front though. Got in on Osterkamp. Got the run. He's alongside. We jump on board.
Ooh.
Too
Bowman
wide
runs
through
did
there.
that.
Yeah.
I think he's got it, hasn't he?
I
Yep,
think he
he's
has.
ahead of Osterkamp. What a move there from Godin. That was a terrific move. No chance for Osterkamp to come back through here. This is fully single file unless he goes for a dive right at the end. But absolute brilliant from Jean.
It's funny, we don't often try and show the map too much, but I think this is one of the circuits where you really want that mini-map to be up so you know exactly where the drivers are, because it's just so long around here. So, you know, 6 minute 40 lap is going to be really interesting. I don't know if any of you guys have been there as well, but yeah, spot the places that you might have viewed some of the tourists doing the laps around here. I know there's a few places that I can pick out that have done such a great job with the scan of this. What's going on further back? Anyone close to watch? Nolden on Takax, that's very close, 0.2 of a second from there. Just ahead of those as well, they've got Ty and Sarah that are very, very close too.
Yes, Sarah managed to gain another position. Takax had a bit of a struggle, didn't he, at the start? Dropped a couple of positions. And yes, Sarah having another terrific race. Keeping relatively close to Kessler. I'm fascinated to see if we see any kind of trains form up behind Joes, because it is so difficult to overtake around here. Over the course of a lap, you can kind of get a 5 or 6 car train and a massive gap to the cars ahead. So we'll wait to see if any of those form, but so far it seems everyone seems pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, all down the path. There's a couple of little gaps form up. Mulbrand's lost a little bit of time on Newton ahead. So there's about 4 seconds there. How's our 2 colleagues doing? There's Andrew and Joseph Ringrose as well. They're in pretty much close proximity with each other down in sort of 23rd and 24th place. But I tell you what, that could easily end up being 10th at the end of the meeting, being how tricky it is around here. Osterkamp with the run then, trying to get the lead back. Definitely got the draft and the overspeed, and he moves himself up and back into the lead.
Yeah, I regret kind of saying how it's difficult to overtake out here because these guys are making it look easy. Plenty of action just behind as well. Herman just got back past Summers.
And someone!
Oh, it was that Summers in the wall.
Yeah, it's Herman. Yeah, Herman into the wall. Let's see if we can get a little replay of this. See exactly what happened. Oh, he just overshot it, didn't he?
Yeah, that was an odd one.
Just took him way too much speed, and yeah, boom, and away. Just to go through the carousel for the first time, and yeah, Rene just pulling away through this section of it as well. It's I wonder actually, because there's a bit of this circuit that I know, which is the first 2 sectors, and that's because that's the bit that I learned when I was doing the licenses of Gran Turismo. You know? Yeah, because you get pounded through here, don't you? So I know this bit, yeah, but I don't know the rest of it. And I wonder, as that's an interesting camera angle, iRacing. I would just wonder if you know, there's a few drivers out there that will be really quick in that first sector, but will really struggle in the second part. And it looks like Godin actually may be a little bit like that, because he was really, really fast in the first sector, and now Summers is all over him.
Yeah, I'm not jesting when I say it genuinely makes a difference due to the fact that you crash half the time in the first half of the lap, which means that you can pretty much do the first half of the lap twice as many times as you do the second half of the lap, and that's literally, you know, certainly for me, that's been a thing over the years. How yeah, you just don't get around this part of the circuit as much because you keep on messing up the first bit. So that I think is going to be a factor. And yeah, for most people I know, it tends to be the last sector where people can't remember the circuit. It is a little bit repetitive, but yeah, like learning the circuit around here is so important. As I was saying earlier, a specialist around here really does gain an advantage.
I tell you what, it does look like a lot of fun in this Renault. The car does seem to be sticking as they onto the back straight. I've been on that bit, but I've also drove down the road on the left many a time. So, yep, Sim Racing Expo. Who is going to that? Let us know in the chat as well. It's be great to see you there. Come and say hello to us if you see us. We'll be walking around in our Apex gear. You can't miss us. So, but yeah, I think there's 12 of us going this year, so it should be a lot of fun. Oh, Summers then getting the run and through. Such a long straight. It's almost got him to almost get the draft back and start to fight back, and that's exactly what's happened. But Charlie does come through. I think couldn't just let him have that there, didn't he? No point in getting a bit too feisty at this early stage. Let's perhaps get back to the area of the circuit that he knows very, very well. If he can just nail it through this first couple of sectors, then maybe he can close back in.
Yeah, he's already dropped off a little bit though, so he needs to try to stay in that slipstream. Summers looks terrific out there. We've seen throughout the season Summers be ultra competitive, but hasn't really got... Oh, who's that in the wall just behind?
I think it's Eric Andre. Let's have a look. See what happened to him. I just ran a bit wide. Wheels onto the... Yep, well, that'll happen just like that. So just got a couple of wheels onto the dirty stuff, and yeah, race over. And it looks like we also have lost Andrew Woodhouse as well. See if we can get the aftermath.
Oh, wow.
So, he did that in a big way, didn't he? Let's see if we can get a better shot of that. Just what exactly? Oh, I just caught the curb and bosh around. Who else have we lost in this lap as well? Daniel Morris. He's out. Let's get a replay of all of the crashes so far. Morris already had damage. He just understeered straight into the wall. Wow, they're dropping like flies at the moment.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we haven't really got a proper pile-up on that first lap. But yeah, they're just picking them off like flies. So yeah, just one after the other. They're all just yeah, disappearing. And I think Dove. Thought someone just dropped a couple of positions, but I may have read that wrong. But
no, Sarah still up
yeah.
2 from the start here, and McLeod as well up 4. Biggest mover so far on the top 10 anyway is Half. He's up 5 places, but further back you've got Imre. Who, yeah, Evan Imre up 7 spots at the minute, so doing a great job out there.
Yeah, looks a little bit by himself. I think he's just picked up the mistakes from others. So yeah, that's what you got to do around here, and I'm sure if he can keep that up, like I was saying earlier, with what Woody could potentially do. But I think Imre is going to try to do that and just keep it clean, and perhaps could fight for a top 15 by the end of the race.
Pretty reasonable battle here. This is for 7th. So Christian Tax just dropped off the back of Sarah ahead, but has Hearth and Nolden not too far behind. Nolden just inside that 1 second window.
Yeah, and they're close through here. Down the inside goes Nolden. Oh, was there contact there? They're still side by side, so they're going to go side by side through these next few kinks. This is an awesome sectional track to drive through. I think Nolden just has the run, and yes he does, but Takax can now get back into the slipstream. Needs to really close up here. Now he gets the overspeed. He'll start gaining. We saw a change for the lead down here on the last lap, and Takax looks to the inside or the outside through this kink, but he just about holds on it side by side just behind as well.
Yeah,
oh, and up into the wall behind.
Who was that who went off?
Nolden.
Oh, it's Nolden, wasn't it? Yeah, let me see if I can get this back on a replay. We'll have a little look.
Oh.
Heavy hit.
Yeah.
Alonso-esque style crash there. Come on, Gary, get out of that. Oh, maybe not. Oh, he got clobbered by somebody else. I don't know who that was. But it was a pretty hard hit. Tell me it wasn't Scott Newton, because Scott's out of this one as well. Oh, it wasn't Scott. He went off. He's okay. He manages to survive. I'm not sure who it was. Could it have been Hay? It wasn't Hay. Who hit him? I'm trying to figure out who hit him. Was it Sorokin? It was Sorokin, yeah. big hard hit, but I think he's got away with that. I can't.
It's still going.
Can't even see any. I can't even see any wing damage. Yeah, exactly. So,
I
yeah.
would have thought that'd be the corner of the car just gone in terms of effective steering. So, but he's got super lucky. Then here he goes, Chuck Summers, and straight past.
So Summers obviously loving this circuit. What's going on with Osterkamp? He's slow. Is that slow down? Or has he hit the?
Oh, he may have. Oh, I think he might be on something there. He might.
Yeah, is he? I'm trying to see. I'm just gonna have a look back, see if I can see if he's gone off and we haven't caught it. I'm not seeing anything in the timing screen. I wonder if you can maybe test the master mode and go back and see if you can find that and give me an event to go back and look at.
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Nothing like doing as we.
Anything.
Yeah, nothing like trying to do as we go. So yeah, obviously constantly working on the overlay, and yeah, what we're trying to actually do for those is Sam's going to try and find me the replay of what happened there and send it to me over the net so I can play live. So
I've got an error message continually coming up, so I don't think I can get it up currently.
Well, let's not do that then. Yeah. Oh well, we try. Nothing like a live bit of beta testing. Still pretty close at the front. You might have to just restart your stuff, mate, just to get back.
Oh yeah, it's still functioning. It's just there's keeps on coming up a message which is just, yeah, yeah, don't quite know what's happening, but yeah, I think it's functioning fine still.
Yeah, so what's Summers now? 1.4 seconds clear, so he really is flying. And yeah, got him doing well. Osterkamp, he seems to have settled back down. Trying to see if we can get a shot of his front wing on either side. Well, front wing's intact, so yeah, he's not really hit anything that I know of. So
I don't know he can pick up a slowdown, do that bit of the track.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So as Gordon just blinked out there for a second. Give everyone watching a little bit of a little heart attack. Just looking at the TACAX battle then, 6th and 7th place. Everyone just slowly starting to spread apart. Imre and Lindstrom, they're still quite close together. That's for 16th place.
Yeah, Imre's really closed in that gap, hasn't he? Because before he was quite a bit behind, but yeah, looking pretty rapid right now. Not sure if Lindstrom's got any damage. I think he's been pretty clean so far. So yeah, Imre's looking good up there.
Oh, we've lost tight. We've lost tight. Yeah, a replay then up on your screen, and yeah, he's jumped back to the pits. So that's that for tight.
Had a good qualifying as well. I think he qualified P10, which was a good effort. So disappointing to see him see his race end like that. Scott Newton actually up to 11th, up 8 places now. Just picked up all the mistakes from others. And yeah, looking pretty good now.
It's like I said, you don't necessarily have to be quick here to get top 10. You know, just finishing and surviving is going to be key. I'm definitely going to have to deal with that when I come here in the British Sim Races Touring Car Championship, because I have to say,
oh, wow, okay.
I do not know the circuit at all. That might be one that I might actually have to practice for. I don't feel like I can rock up and do a well, because they're 3-lap races, three or 4-lap races. I'm not even sure I can manage that without keeping it out of the wall. And an overpowered Kia Optima front-wheel drive thing that yeah, it doesn't want to turn at the best of times.
I think Glenn Andre Key is looking very close on TACAX. Or sorry,
it's half the other way around.
Sorry, half, yeah. So yeah, Andre Key up 7 places, but here comes half, up 4 places himself, And right in the sections, we've seen a couple of overtakes down here before. Sure, you've got to defend here is key, but he's left the door open. And Half will just go straight down the inside. Maybe can fight back now, can key down this straight, down this next kind of half straight, but going to struggle to make the move at the end of it.
Well, I don't know about you. Would you? I mean, I don't think I would drive this track like a normal race where I'm sitting there trying to do defensive moves and things like that. The straightaway sections, they're so long. Like now, like he's been able to get that run back, you know, because the car's got that much downforce around here. So I think it's almost just do your own thing, you know, and just what you're gonna get is gonna kind of unfold at the end of the race. I know that's not like, you know, great mentality or anything like that, but an hour long around here, you know, unless you're absolutely, you know, where the edge of the limit is on this circuit, then it's kind of almost like, you know, survive first and race second.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, my mentality, a little bit wide there for Half-Face, hang on for it. Yeah, my mentality around here is a bit more kind of, if you can just hold on around this part, the only place you can really overtake is right at the end of the lap with the dot and the hose. So I kind of think, you know, I just need to keep this driver behind for every single corner around here. But I see where you're coming from, and certainly the pace, and they don't want to lose themselves too much time out there. So yeah, certainly worth it.
I'm loving the chat right now. They're taking bets on how many people are going to finish. So let's join in, Sam. How many do you reckon? We're down to 19 at the moment. Our overlay is going to be able to keep tracking up that out symbol for the rest of the race as well. What do you think we're going to end up with by the end of this one?
Well, I like the diversity of the guesses, actually. It ranges from about 5 to 15. I will go somewhere in the middle, 11.
Somewhere in the middle, 11. I'm going to say 9.
Oh, okay.
So we're going really low. So I'm surprised how that. No, not at all. So this is just a tough old track, you know. Oh, Rob Plumley, he's almost another victim. He is a big old slide, but he just about manages to hold on to that one. So all of those
leads. Sorry, that might be my screen wrong.
No, it's right. Sure. Here we go.
Oh, nearly lost it.
Get a replay of that. See exactly what happened. So problem for Summers then.
I think he just had enough because he's still ahead of Osterkamp, although Osterkamp now is going past him.
Yes, I'm not sure quite what that was about. But while we'll watch this overtake, but we have got another victim for all of you that are watching, taking your bets. But here we go. So it's Mulbrand, unfortunately, but I can get this to work. Oh, well, there's the aftermath of it. Here we go. Here's the replay. Already a bit of damage on the wing, just up on the curb. Bang!
Wow.
So,
just a bit too aggressive, I think. Like that seemed as though he was. That's one of them where I feel there's always like a 1 in 5 chance of that going wrong. And once you hit that curb, it's game over. So yeah, not good at all. But yeah, Godin now. Of course, these top 3 have been super close. Godin is the one who hasn't made a mistake yet, and despite not really looking the fastest at any one moment in the race, he's now leading.
Yeah, consistency is going to win it out, I think, here. It was the fastest lap for Osterkamp, that one. He did a 6:29.04, so 1.3 seconds quicker than Godin that one. And yeah, Summers, obviously with the mistake that he made, we couldn't quite catch it. I think we've lost another. I think we may have lost another. Sorokin into the pits. Oh, maybe not yet.
Oh, Osterkamp looking for the move down the inside. Godin not fighting it. Although he did have the outside earlier on, did Godin. This might be the better line for him, I think. But no, Osterkamp straight through.
Yeah, this isn't over by any means, that's for sure. I feel like there's definitely mistakes to be had. Summer's trying to get back through as well. He'll want to follow Renault as closely as he can, keeping that draft. See, it's worth so much time here as well. Just if you can sort of stay just in that half a second window. Sorokin back out of the pit, so that's a relief. Thought for a minute we were going to have lost another one. 20 minutes gone, and we're down to 18. So 9 drivers out.
Well, and his half just got past Takax, I think. As Summers gets past Godin.
Let's have a look, see if I can find that one. Emre might have just had a little off around the outside. That was nice.
Good effort.
Good move. And let's look at what's going on with Emre right now as well. Oh, well.
Oh.
That's a bit of an aftermath, isn't it? So, see if we can get... Ah, there it all kicks off. Just into each... Oh.
Human was so unlucky there because he tried to stamp on the brakes to avoid it, and if anything, it made it worse because he just locked up his fronts.
I mean, they're both continuing, but that could well be both out, I think.
Yeah. They've got a long way to get to the pits.
Emre managed to get back past him, so his car actually looks okay. So I think Evan might be okay. He's got a lot of damage on the front wing, but yeah, nothing that's going to stop him from finishing this race. With all this going on, it's still good to say that we have a battle for the lead, mind you. So top 3, very, very close. Summers is through. See whereabouts they are on the circuit.
Yeah, here comes Godin again, and seems to have the overspeed, and round he goes again. So, yeah, I really regret saying that this is a difficult track to overtake because, yeah, like I said earlier, these guys are making it look easy. But whilst these two are fighting, Osterkamp is just getting away. Here comes Summers down the inside. There's not a gap there, is there? He makes one, and through. Godin's so wide, but Summers gets back through into second.
It really does look to me as if Gordon's priority out there is finish overall. Didn't want any piece of that, really.
Yeah, because he could have easily just gone, you know, a meter, or if he just held his line, stayed that close to the inside, I don't think Summers would have stood a chance, but he gave him space, didn't he?
Got to survive, that's the thing. Got to survive. Right. What is going on elsewhere? Just have a bit of a recap, really, of the gaps and intervals out there. Oh, not gains. There we go. The gap. So, front 3, very, very close. Kessler's not that far behind. We haven't seen too much of Kessler. Here he comes. Not too far behind. Running his own little race. And actually, if these 3 kind of get into each other or start really battling hard and it all falls apart, then there's a podium, you know, on the table there for him, which he'll happily take, I'm sure. But then there's a huge gap to Sarah. Well, I say huge, it's 10 seconds. She's actually doing a great job, and she's got, well, no, she hasn't anymore. She's got Mark just in front now. Seems to be starting to make a little bit of a move. So the team AOR purple, and yeah, Sarah in the with the pink stripe as well. And then there got about 4 seconds to half.
Yeah, half has dropped Takax quite a lot, actually. 3 seconds it's up to now. So half, I think, is going to be looking to challenge those drivers ahead by the end of the race.
Yeah, what did he do last time? It was 1.5 seconds quicker, wasn't he? So yeah, I think you might be right. Back close again at the front, these two. Although Osterkamp's starting to pull away ever so slightly now. 2 seconds away.
Oh, this will be brave from Summers to try to fight this one back. Godin back past. But, yeah, Summers just slots in behind. So, yeah, Godin gets back that second place. Certainly got equal pace, I think. To well, maybe is a second a lap slower than these guys, but oh, here comes Summers again. How desperate is he to get back the position? Not desperate enough to go for a lunge into turn one. And I think Summers really needs to get ahead and stay ahead because Osterkamp, I think, is quite a bit faster than Godam.
Yeah, Osterkamp really winding it up. You know, that lap was a 6:28. You know, so again, another 3 seconds quicker this time. So really starting to move. Right.
Oh, Takax had an issue. And
Yeah.
Dove.
I think they're just in the pits.
Oh, okay. So I just looked at them falling down the field, and
Yeah, I think
halfway stage of the race. So makes sense. They're going to be in traffic now, aren't they? Potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, so no such issue there. Yeah, it did get us a little worried for a second. Key is with Newton, so Newton pretty close to Key. So Plumley into the pits as well.
Yeah, Newton now up 11 places. He's not only has he been good at keeping it out of the walls, he's also been super quick. And let's see if he can get past Key perhaps. So he gets into the slipstream. Seen a few moves into here. You kind of want the outside here because you can go flat out on the outside and then get the inside for the next corner, which is what you want. Newton will look to the outside. Not really any way through that. He can go for a dive down here, but just thinks better of it. He's got plenty of time to do it, but of course through this next section, unless who was it who made that move earlier? It was it March or someone who made the move coming down here. Newton will stay close. It's gonna have to be brave for him to go for it, but not quite.
Yeah, it doesn't. It looks like they're running quite different aero trims out there. Newton very good through the corners, and it looks to me as if Key perhaps is a little bit more trimmed out. Surprised me because I think most people would run it really trimmed out here just because of the speed that you need to get in some places. Gets a good run this time though. He's very, very close. On the back section, it's quite twisty around here. Not so much sort of fast flowing bits. So I think Scott's going to have to sort of sit tight for a little bit. Yeah, I'd be so lost. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm really not. So
I'm quite proud to actually know this circuit off by heart. So yeah, I think that would be an advantage. I hope these guys know it off by heart, or maybe they still don't. But maybe by the end of the race they will. So might still be learning it as they go round. Newton just dropping back a little bit. We have seen attempts down here, but not really close enough in the slipstream to have an attempt. And needs to get a good run through here. Maybe pray on an attack or pray for an error from Key. And Key didn't have a brilliant run. Newton will get into the slipstream, and it is powerful down here. He's about 3.5 tenths behind, edging closer and closer and closer. And it's going to be relatively close by the end of the straight, but as we've seen so far, it's not too brave, but here he comes. Really got the overspeed now, and he'll look to the inside into this next kink. It's not easy to make the move. We saw, oh wow, I thought he may have just gone to the outside a little bit too much there, Newton, but he's got the move done. Really good effort.
Just shifts down there just to get that extra little bit of drive out of the car. Getting the RPMs in the perfect range, but barely lifting really. We've lost another.
Oh really? Who's that?
We've lost half. He's jumped back to the pits, but I didn't see where it was that he had his incident. Let me see what I can do. Let's see if I can bring this one up. Oh, fairly tame, really, compared to the ones we've seen. Just got it all wrong. That's a shame.
That was an odd one. I don't know what he did wrong there. Maybe got a little bit too much of the inside curve, maybe, but it looked pretty good from him. So, unfortunate.
Problem for Ringmas? Oh,
Oh,
just
wow.
absolutely smashed from behind. That was Newton.
Oh,
It hit him
really?
as well. Yeah, so big problems.
Yeah, Newton, oh, he's starting to drop off from key now, so, or maybe 2 seconds or so. So, yeah, I think that could be problems for Newton. Has got a pit stop still to go, though.
Yeah, hopefully, well, he needs to take it this lap, doesn't he? So he can get that front wing changed. That's going to be the important things. Well, good for Key. He wasn't involved in it, just at the right place at the right time, really, just to capitalise on that mistake.
Someone's closing in a lit. Is someone's closing in on Osterkamp or? Yeah, what's the gap? I'm still struggling to read this timing screen.
Yeah, so 4 seconds is the gap. So
4 seconds.
pulled
Okay,
away
but it's
just a
close
little bit
behind.
more. You can see the time, the last time by. So yeah, 6:28 for Renee and 6:30. So still just pulling away ever so slightly is Osterkamp, but yeah, got in very, very close. Yeah, so with the with the timing screen, and it also goes for the timing screen that we present on the web page for you as well. You have like the interval, and that will change dependent on the driver that we're focused on the actual cameras as well. So if the driver is below, then the gap is obviously behind. If the driver is ahead, and it's what they are ahead. So that makes sense. So
Okay,
on
yeah.
the Osterkamp line, obviously he's ahead of Summers 4 seconds ahead. So yeah, so those of you that do check out the live timing screen as well, that's kind of how the interval works. You'll see the driver that we've got selected on screen by the little green sort of marker on the live timing page. And yeah, the interval is based around that driver that we're focused on right now. So that's why that will change for those that are watching it. I know you're watching it a bit delayed, so in about sort of 20 seconds time, you'll see it will change suddenly to Kessler, as that's what we're focused on the screen now. All the interval timings are based around him to give you an idea of what's going on.
Good evening.
Ah,
Good
Mr.
evening.
Woodhouse joins us in the
Hello.
booth. Hello there, sir. Well,
That was a
not
right
the-
mess, wasn't it?
not the debut that you were hoping for, but also not the track that you wanted to make the debut on either, really.
No, not really. I only got confirmation of actually being allowed into the league yesterday, so only a handful of laps yesterday, handful today. So yeah, not the best. It's not a great track for single seat, is this? Is it? It's not. It's quite fun to drive, but again, you need to know it well. I know it quite well, but not well enough to be very good. I let Joe past, which I think was a mistake because then I was a lot quicker on the straights, and then I couldn't really get by. He had a little slow spin. I had to go left, and yeah, hit the wall, damaged the car, and then I stacked it massively after that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, I
but it
did
was a
see
bit
the
of
big. We did see the big one, yeah, and that was.
I just lost a little bit of drive, but oh, Scotty, oh,
Well, he's probably got a fair amount of damage. I don't know if
he's just been in the pits.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
he's changed the wing, but again, I don't know.
The wing still looks pretty damaged to me, so I don't know if he's had another little moment.
Well, he's just been flying over the curb. I don't know if you saw it, but he was he's had a big moment at the like the slow sort of right left section. But yeah, Joe, I don't know. Joe just looked like he was kind of in the middle of the road, not going particularly
Yeah,
quickly,
fast.
'cause the closing speed was huge, and Scott saw him from quite a way away. I know it sounds like I'm just blaming Joe, doesn't it? But it just was. It's what it looked like from where I was. It was just quite a big closing speed. So yeah, Scott's not really had a lot of luck because he got held up earlier on behind Alistair, and then he having to avoid that accident, that quite big accident in the middle of the track. I don't know if you saw that one, but he ended up having to damage the wing because he went onto the grass and he scraped the wall. And then he's been trying to pass people, but he's just had a little bit too much. I think we put a little bit too much downforce on it. So he's been getting the slipstream. He's been pulling out the slipstream, overlapping, and then just not quite having the beans to get past.
Yeah, you were saying that earlier, weren't you, Alex? When he was
Yeah.
he was fighting Takac, wasn't he? So and just couldn't get the move done, even though he seemed a lot faster. And then soon after that, he had the incident, and now that's really a straight line speed I think ruined. So yeah, going to be a tough day for him to recover.
I think he's all right on the speed still, but just see what he gets. It'll be dotting a Hoa where we really see how it's affected the car. I mean, he was doing 245 nearly at the end of that straight. So yeah, that'll be the big indicator. How's the race been at the front? Has it been good? I saw Godin putting Osterkamp on the grass, or Osterkamp going on the grass when he was trying to get through. It looked pretty feisty at the front.
Yeah, it's been good. It's just started to separate apart, actually. So, yeah, not what we wanted. So, about 5 seconds covers the top 3 at the minute, and then another 5 seconds back to Kessler. So, top 4, 10 seconds separated. So, it's not too bad. Anything can happen and can switch back pretty quickly. One mistake, and we've seen drivers make mistakes. Osterkamp has made them when in the lead already, and Summers was out in the lead and did exactly the same thing. So, yeah, who knows? What we are having is an interesting little sort of wager on how many people are going to survive, how many people are going to get to the checkered flag on this one, and we have reached nearly 40 minutes now, and the rate of decline and the has somewhat reduced. So
there's only been 3. There's only been 3 out in the last 2 laps. So. I say only, but there were quite a few before that, including myself.
9's not looking too good now, is it, Alex?
No, 9 is not looking too good. I mean, there were some that said 5. I think they're going to be way off now. So
I was going to say 10, to be honest, at the start.
Well, we'll take that. So we're
7th, and after 2 laps. Well, no, when I retired, and that was after 3 laps. There were still 17, 18. Well, sorry, he was still in about 15th, 16th place, so quite a few have gone since then.
Right, the leading group all
after his pit stop, by the way.
Well, currently 10th.
10th. Okay.
But he might gain some places. Well, the top 4 are all into the pits. So you can see that.
Charlie's in. Godin's got out in front of him.
Yeah, that's good. Very quick stop.
It's a quick stop, isn't it? Yeah,
19 seconds. Charlie was 24.2 seconds, so I don't quite know why. That must be 2 tyres as well.
Do you reckon Godin could be light on fuel? Do you think he might be marginal? Or?
Well, no, because everybody else was 19 seconds as well, so it's Summers doing something a little bit different.
I wonder, I don't know if this is clever strategy or not, because obviously you can fill this car up to 50 litres, and we were doing 25. I can tell you now because he's pitted. We were doing 25 for the first stint and 20 for the second stint. Do you reckon Godin might have started with the full tank and maybe not put any fuel in at all in this one? Just literally stopped in the box and left? Did maybe got some tyres?
Yeah, again, I don't know. Based on the fact that everybody else has been that 19 seconds, and then, I mean, even like.
19 seconds. Are we talking pit lane loss or in the box time?
Pit lane time, yeah. Sorry, pit lane time. So that's from cones to cones, yeah.
That sounds like stopping in the box and just leaving immediately, doesn't it?
Yeah. To me, so it's just a bit of fuel, I think. So, but there's lots of people in there. There's a good 6 people in around that sort of time zone, but not many in the 24s. Sarah Dove did 26 seconds, and you've got Takax 22, and 22 for Newton, but that was with obviously a replacement front wing. So
has anybody decided to pick up any tyres?
That's what I'm thinking that Summers has done there. I think he's took tyres, and the others have just done fuel like they've been doing the rest of the season.
I mean, I was not going to take any tyres, but I think it might have been best for me if I'd have made it that far to take some. Just quickly, I'm going to let you guys get on with the rest of the race in a minute, but I'm looking forward to Donington Park, because that is one where, I think we could have a lot of fun there.
Yeah, it should be good racing around there, actually. You're kind of similar, I think, in some ways to this place, but yeah, it should be pretty awesome.
It's one of those for me that I can do in my sleep, so in theory, with a good amount of practice, should be able to trouble the top 15 at least, so we'll see. All right, chaps, well, thanks for having me, and yeah, it's a shame I didn't get that far, but like I say, hopefully Scott can do the business.
Cool, thanks, mate. Well, yeah,
cheers.
All the best for the next one. Look forward to seeing you there, and yeah, see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll see you on. I'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, see you Sunday, literally. For those of you in the UK, fancy a bit of a British touring car? It's obviously at Donington this weekend, and I know a bunch of us are going down there as well. So yeah, reach out on the Discord or whatever like that, and yeah, try and hook up and meet us, and yeah, we'll grab a drink or whatnot, and yeah, watch some racing together. Good.
Has really spread out around the field. Really closest gap is probably well, now Kessler is quite close to Summers, isn't he? So Kessler all of a sudden was a very distant fourth for the majority of this race, and all of a sudden now just starting to close back in again. So yeah, I think he's the one to watch at the end of this one. And he's got not too much to lose, got a big margin behind. Like 21 seconds back to Mojack, who's having a terrific race out there in 5th place, gained 6th position. So yeah, Kessler, I think, is really on the hunt now.
Yeah, just have a look at some of the sector times he's done of late. Just fractionally quicker, you're right. So some are a little bit slower, but some a bit quicker. But overall, we're really starting to put a little bit of, you know, perhaps a little bit of pressure on trying to hunt down Summers. Right. Yeah, I think, you know what it's like, the more you drive a circuit like this, just the more comfortable you get. And we know how quick Kessler is generally, so the more he, you know, just laps just make a big difference around here. Circulating here, doing lots and lots of laps. The guys that, I think we've lost Plumley, we'll get a replay of that in a moment. The chap I did the tourist lap with drove us around in a BMW M3. Absolutely, like, for me, it felt like he was absolutely like thrashing the pants off it. He's like, yeah, that's about 75%. You know, he's done thousands of laps around there. You know, knows the place like the back of your hand, and you know, it's just like, well, you just get quicker and quicker and quicker the more you do around there. You just keep exploring the limits and that. And this is the same. Oh, that's Summers.
Yep, in the wall. It seems to not have too much damage, so I think we'll be able to carry on. Oh, he got on the curb, didn't he?
Yeah, big time. So you're right, no damage. He reverses back pretty quickly, gets the car going. So no damage, you're right. He's going to continue. He's not going to have any problems. We're not going to have lost him. Let's have a little look, see what happened to Plumley, because he's had a whole host of off tracks all in a row. So let's look at this replay, see what happened.
Ooh.
Just run off there. Oh, hit the curb into the wall, and then another one. Yeah, so that's both sides of the car done. So you'd think it would go straight now. He's damaged both, but no, clearly struggling with it.
Yeah, sometimes if you do that, I think you were saying how that in NASCAR you can get a little bit of extra camber in the tires, and it can help quite a bit. But
Actually makes you go
yeah,
quicker.
not for Plumley. Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Ooh,
No,
and
no.
again,
It's just the inevitable coming. We know he's going to go to the pits. We've seen he's off, so but, I think there's a few more yet. Sorry, Rob. You can see the car not tracking straight. The last thing you want is a car that doesn't handle right around this circuit. I've stood there and watched the guys go there. There's a Lidl's down there, so nice,
Oh, right.
nice cheap vodka. Trust me.
Oh,
Well, there it goes. Oh no, we're also. This is a replay as well. This could be not good.
oh,
Just as we said, we weren't losing so many people. They're dropping like crazy.
14 now. Well, 15.
Well,
Goddamn might be
yeah,
out.
yeah. We'll wait and see if he does. Surely he's toast. Look at that steering. So,
I was saying lead lap. How many cars on the lead lap by the end?
well, I think out. I think that's what we were all saying, wasn't it? Out.
Okay.
Yeah. So how many's going to left? How many are going to finish? But yeah, that's God and done. There we go.
You look so secure out there as well, because like you were saying earlier on, how he was just desperate to finish the race, and that would be enough for the result that he wanted. That was his main aim. And there, it wasn't really his fault. It wasn't like a massive, oh wow, that's human in the... And I think he's already crashed, hasn't he?
He has already crashed, so he's trying to hold on for dear life into this race, not to be another one of the statistics.
Maybe he placed a bet earlier on and desperately
So Kessler up and into second place now. So out of nowhere, there you go. And yeah, so the Sim RC guys 1 and 2, around
Mojack,
15 seconds between them.
yeah, Mojack up to 4th, Dove 5th, Key 6th. They might have a podium coming their way. Takac did get a 2nd at Interlagos, I think. Dove, I think, got a 4th at USA, but that was a reverse grid. So certainly a terrific day for these guys, and Key as well, good for him. Newton, despite that damage, pretty much alone out there, I think. So yeah, he'll just keep on playing in the lap times, and that'll be a decent result for him because he's had a horrid few weeks.
There's only 13 left. Your 11 is looking like a pretty good guess at this point. So 12 minutes to go. You see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to commentate curse your guess. So come on! Not that I want to wish anyone else to crash out, but you know, 4 more would do just nicely. Someone's actually closing back in on Kessler after his mistake now, so we do have a battle on the circuit, which is always good.
Yeah, Summers looks really good up there, and I feel he's probably had better pace than Kessler overall in the race, but Kessler's just come back so strong and looks so comfortable out there. Haven't seen him sliding about at all. So whereas Summers has made, of course, 2 mistakes and one a bit more costly than the other, so it's hard to call who's going to win this one.
Well, I think the win certainly, but yeah, between these two, the fight for second, shall we say? Who's going to win the battle for second? But yeah, Rene.
I see what you're doing. You're just trying to commentate curse, you know, Rene.
That's it. So, but yeah, I have to say Rene looking very, very strong. We follow him from the chopper. Good shots, actually. Camera, we should perhaps have used a little bit earlier on in the broadcast. But yeah, I'm going to go back to this battle here, because there's nothing else really going on in the circuit right now at all. Everybody really has separated apart, and we always knew that this was going to be the case. It's just the nature of the circuit here once it gets going. But yeah, good to see Summers and Kessler having at it.
Oh, Kessler wide and Summers through. So, do you think he maybe let him pass so that he can get the slipstream down the back straight, down the bottom home?
I don't think he's thinking of that right now, to be honest. I just think he's...
It was a weird, wide moment, though.
Yeah, well, maybe, possibly just a mistake, or, you know, he's just like, no, I want to finish, or I finish.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want someone to just throw him one up the inside with a potential just to knock him wide. And we have seen that today as well, where they've just been knocked wide, so, and off, and, you know, damage is done. So, but I have to say, someone has pulled away a second already, 1.2 seconds. So all of a sudden, it's just absolutely lighting it up, but far too far behind Osterkamp to do anything with just 8.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, 18 seconds in the lead is Osterkamp, so will be another victory for him. I think he's had about 4 this season. He's had 3 before this season. So this will be his 4th of the championship, which is no one else has got more than 2. So and Summers actually has got 2 himself. So Osterkamp really showing his dominance in this championship and taking another big step to that title.
Trying to see if there was anything else that we perhaps missed that I can get back on replay. Nothing else really at all. We've managed to catch all of the offs. We'll just stick with this for the moment. Let's take a let's just jump on board with our leader. Just watch how confident he is. So I fully 1 hour. What we got? Whereabouts is he on track right now? Okay, so he's just starting a lap. So this is going to be the final lap of the race then. Sam, not going to make it around from here. That'd be a very impressive lap time.
Yeah. Wonder if he gets a little bit of air. How light the car goes over here. A little bit light, but pretty easy to keep hold of it. And it's incredible how these cars can go flat out in so many of these corners. Like certainly, I mainly drive this in GTs, as I think most people do. And you know, these corners are really difficult. You can get a lot of understeer. These cars just make mincemeat of them.
Just getting a bit of a driver's eye view for those of you that don't know. Yeah, this is kind of what the view is around the Nordschleife. And yeah, that big bulbous sort of bits on the car kind of gets in the way a little bit, doesn't it? And the aerial. It's funny, once you drove the car for a while, you don't see those. They just disappear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really not there as well. So anyone on a single screen that's got the field of view set right, this is kind of what you expect to see.
I think Dud's got past Mojack.
Oh, let's just go and have a little look at that then. But yeah, those on the triples can see much more.
I think Mojack made a mistake on the last lap, but they're still pretty close, I think.
Here we go. Yeah, not sure why the replay didn't come up the first time, but here we go. So they've been pretty close all race long, actually, haven't they? So good run for Sarah. And yeah, just carried the momentum around the outside.
Yeah, Mojack just needs to stay close now to the end of the race, and maybe he can get a bit of a slipstream down the dot and the hoe, but already fallen back, as you can see now, up to 9/10 of a second. And that last lap from Mojack was about 3 seconds slower, and on the most part, he's been equal pace to Sarah throughout the race, so must have made a mistake. Oh, and my 11's looking terrific right now. Come on, one more.
Oh, see, the thing is, he's not even out of the race. He's just beached. He can't go anywhere. So technically, still on the circuit right now. You can't have that one. Don't escape him, Ray. Don't escape. Just stay there. Let the server
maybe
time
if he
out.
does stay there, he can take out a couple more, and that will help you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need a bit of a miracle now. But yeah, that could be down to just, what would that be? Just 11 running. Sorry, 12 running. So, who had 12? It's looking very, very good. 5 minutes to go here. But yeah, this man has just looked extremely confident. One little mistake. We said he was prone to a little mistake, and he made one mistake. And I think we're pretty sure it was a slowdown, wasn't it? Somewhere he got himself a slowdown, and that's what sort of put him to the back there. Because it did look like it was not sort of serving very quickly. And then away. Imre's still there, by the way.
Are they coming up to that? No, they're still a little while away, aren't they?
Yeah, where is he? You can tell because he should be highlighted on the map. If I make him green, there he is with the red circle around him. So you're right. Osterkamp is coming up to him very, very soon. So let's jump on board with Renault and see if he can.
Oh, this is going to be scary fun. Hopefully he's.
Oh, he's just escaped. Oh. He's just escaped. God damn it. Oh. It would have just been good to have seen him there on the curb after we watched him for half lap. You realise he's been there nearly 5 minutes. If they've come round to nearly lap him. So let's just say he was a minute behind. So he tried for 5 minutes to get it. This is where you need to have, like, you know, some way to rock the seat so you can change the weight. You just needed to get the rear wheels down. Have something, you know.
Hop out, you know.
Have some sim thing that's, you know, wired to your butt in the seat, so that you can change the weight distribution.
Moyex plays back in on dub, by the way. Back down to 9. I say close back in. Can't just maintain the gap, to be honest, since the overtake. 9/10 behind. Could get a slipstream, I think, down the dot, and Hope has just got to nail these next few corners. And yeah, hope for the best. Could be close down into the last corner, maybe.
Yeah, just needs a good run these few corners really, and then try and get onto the tail for, like you say, the Dunton High, so you can get the run down there. But Osterkamp's on it right now. Here we come. Been pretty impressive performance, to be honest. That one tiny mistake is all he made, so it does deserve this victory. They're close for second and third as well, but obviously still miles apart. That looks so close on the straight. On the little mini map, but it really isn't. So here he comes, Renault Osterkamp, take victory here at the Nordschleife. No small feat. Oh, what's going on? The timing screen's all gone to whack, and it's allowed us another lap. Why did I think this was going to be there? Am I going crazy?
Well, my excuse is that I haven't got the proper time and I've got the incorrect. But yeah, we've still got 40 more seconds to go, haven't we?
Yay, you made it through. One more, come on.
Oh, wow.
Come on, number 9.
Oh, it's looking a lot stronger for you now, isn't it? It was over, 10 seconds ago, but still 12 running. Dove now has cleared Moyak.
2.2, yeah. So that's comfortable.
Newton could get Takac, maybe 3 seconds faster on the last lap. We'll see what this time is. Newton, 4 seconds behind now. Let's see. Comes across the line. Takac did a 36.6. Newton 32.4. That's the battle which is on. I think that's possibly the only one which is on, to be honest. Maybe I was going to say Sorokin and Morich, but probably not. But yeah, Newton could perhaps finish 12 places above his start position.
Someone's in the pit lane. What's Morich in the pit lane for? Is that just a regular stop? I don't think it's going to be. Oh no, it might be. Where he is there. So he's miscalculated, I think, on the fuel. Yeah.
Like us. Oh,
yeah. There's a whole bunch of them done it actually. So yeah, those that pitted the 1 lap too early, have not calculated it right, so they've had to 2 stop.
Well, maybe The 5 was correct. If we see a little bit of fuel shortage for these drivers, last thing Osterkamp wants, but who kind of had the shortest? Just going to see who had the shortest pit stops. I think there was someone with a 17-second pit stop, and that was Morich. So, and Morich pitted, didn't he? So, anyone around there, maybe 18 seconds. Key might be in a bit of trouble, I think. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, who's going to run out? You know, if they run out of fuel, that counts just the same, you know.
Well, technically it'll be lead lap. So, oh no, they'll be 1 lap down, won't they?
Yeah, they will. They
Sorry,
won't finish.
yeah.
So, as far as I'm concerned, they're out. Let's get with the technicalities now. Like you said, this battle definitely going to be there at the end of the race. Well and truly in the same shot now. Visually see that gap coming down. It's 1.9 seconds now, so under 2 seconds. Good couple of corners there for Christian. Pulls a little bit.
Must be really difficult for Christian here because he knows that if he doesn't put together a perfect lap here, he's going to be caught. But then it is the Nürburgring, and if you make one mistake, that's your race over. Have you ever felt that, Alex, where like you're being pursued, but you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I mustn't over push?
Yeah, I think more than anything, when I'm being chased down, is I have a habit of, and I think probably a lot of people do this, I think they have a habit of just looking at the relative, you know.
Yes,
and
yeah.
While it doesn't necessarily, I don't sort of think, oh, I must drive faster or over push or overdrive like that, because actually I take my focus off the road. I just like, you know, I'm just not quite catching the lines right, you know. I'm not quite using all the track, I'm not quite braking at exactly the right spot. And, you know, and you drop off a couple of tenths of a second just because your focus has just shifted a little bit, where if you just turn that off and just go, he'll catch me when he catches me, but I'm going to try and drive absolutely the best I can right now and make 0 mistakes. It kind of helps. And, yeah, getting my spotter in like the World Championship races to sort of remind me of that. You know, it's always difficult. I'm like, yeah, I've done it. And I haven't at all, but it does make a big difference. A few people were a little bit worried. Oh, Newton! Oh,
wow. So I just looked away as that happened.
That might have just secured Takacs for 7th place now, I think, in this one. I think Scott's going to be just a bit too far back. Got away with that one. Could have been a big one, but he's okay.
Moyak has come back at Dove. Gap was at about 2.5 seconds, back down to 1.2. And Moyak clearly not giving up. Dove maybe made a mistake, I think, earlier on in this lap. And just a sniff of an opportunity, maybe, for Moyak to get that 4th position.
Perhaps the pressure for Sarah in these last, you know, half a lap, really. Well, not even that now. We're about down to about 1/3 of a lap. Starting to compound, and you know, the looking at the relative, like we were talking about, just making those mistakes. You can't really afford to do it here. You know, you take your eye off the road for any amount of seconds, it's not going to be good. Right, for the second time, here comes Renee. Yeah, not a care in the world, really. So far out in the lead. Can just drift it home. Even if he ran out of fuel now, I think he would still be able to cruise and make it in front of everybody. So, but no issues whatsoever. Timed his pit stop perfectly. Knew how far he needed to go. Around the final corner he comes. And there it is, victory once more. Not quite so hyped this much by me, but still a fantastic drive nonetheless. And yeah, deserved. Probably the toughest win of the series so far. Charlie Summers, he drove well, and yeah, good result for 2nd place. Kessler, what can you say about Kessler's drive? Nice, safe, secure, podium, job done as far as he's concerned for the championship. And I was able to extend her little margin in the final sector. I'm going to come across with a very, very healthy 4th place. She'll be delighted with that. Oh, we've lost. Well, we've not lost, but Hay is off. Could this be another one? Could it be a final change? Oh, it's Fuel!
Oh, he's not going to make it uphill.
No, he's not going to make that one at all. Who else have we possibly? Sorokin as well. He had an off track. It's back on. This might just be an off track. He's at full speed.
Takac beat Newton, by the way, just to the line. 7th and 8th for those. 1.15 between them in the end, so super close. Come on, 11.
It really comes down to Hay, doesn't it? Hay's gone, so he's out.
Oh, so we've just got Lindstrom to cross the line.
Just Lindstrom, yeah.
Oh, come on, Urka. Don't mess it up now. A few more corners. This is actually, for me, this is probably the most difficult part of the circuit because of the undulation. You know, got to dive down here, then straight back up, make sure you don't run wide here, and then the back end goes so light over this little crest, and it narrows really tight through here. Gotta make sure you pick the right line, but Urka nailing every single apex, it seems, and yeah, looks good to come home. I think Sorokin's...
You need him to finish, don't you?
I need him to finish, yeah.
This is your 11. So... And yeah, for you, it's all about... Did he pit again? Has he had... It's just been the one stop, you know. Pit count is just 1. So he pitted on lap 6, which was 1 lap before Osterkamp and co. So... He might be short on fuel. What was Hay? When did Hay pit? Hay pitted on lap 6 as well. Oh, this could be close. We just have to wait for everybody to finish as well, guys. If you're just wondering what we're doing, I know we are sort of playing around with this bit, but until Lindstrom crosses the line, we can't bring the final classifications because nothing's official and the overlay doesn't tick over. So. I'm not hearing any sputters. You might well be all right here, Sam. You might well have nailed it with the 11. Hands up, everybody in the chat that guessed 11. I think you're on the money. Here he comes. And the final corner then. Cross the line.
Gets in.
Gets to 11th place, gains a spot as he does it. He'll be happy with that. So, wow. What a crazy, crazy race. Good for all sorts of different reasons. But, yeah, fantastic. Right, let me just get the results. And if you would do the honours as usual, Sam.
Yep, of course. René Osterkamp. Superb drive from him, finishes 18.9 seconds clear of Charlie Summers at the finish. Good job from Charlie. Got a good start, and yeah, pretty faultless apart from that one spin. Patrick Kessler looked good throughout, very consistent out there. That's a really good podium for him. So Dove equals her best performance of the season in 4th. Julie Mojak in 5th place, good result for him. Going on, Andre Key, shouldn't underrate his performance as well. 15th on the grid to come home in 6th place, had a great start, and yeah, just kept it clean out there and had decent pace as well to give credit to him. Christian Takac was under pressure from Scott Newton in the closing stages. They get 7th and 8th. Lubomir March did well in 9th, and then Alexei Sorokin and Urka Lindstrom in 10th and 11th, the only finishers. Alistair Hay in 12th. We think he ran out of fuel, and Jean-Francois Godin just made that mistake. Very innocent mistake, I think, but yeah, just put it into the wall with a couple of laps to go. Evan Imrie, he had a couple of issues up there. He comes home in 14th, 2 laps down. Tom Van Humen, he had a couple of issues as well in 15th, 3 laps down. And it's Will Plumley in 16th, 4 laps down. Johan Harth and Joseph Ringos in 17th and 18th, 6 laps down. Jose Malbon in 19th. Enric Andre in 20th. Ty McLeod 21st after a good qualifying for those two. Kerry Nolden 22nd. David Boutela 23rd. Andrew Woodhouse 24th. Daniel J. Morris in 25th. Stefan Herman in 26th. Started third on the grid. And Manuel Hoyer rounds out the runners.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much. Very sorry for the guys waiting for a little interview, but we're actually out of time for today. So we're going to have to head off. But of course, we've not finished here on Apex Racing TV. Obviously, we are broadcasting on the AOR channel. But yeah, this weekend, don't forget, we've got the BSR Grand Tour. And then on Monday, it's the World GT Championship. Followed by the Rick Mittek Sports Car Series at Monday morning, and then we are back with the MX-5s at the BSR MX-5 Cup. And then Thursday, it is the British Touring Car Championship at Summit Point, and then we return back here for some more Formula Renault action. Thank you very much, Sam, for jumping in with me tonight. I do apologise again to the guys that are coming in for a chat. Just need to get the stream wrapped up for the evening. But yeah, we'll catch you all next week. Thank you very much. It's been a very exciting race here in Germany at Nürburgring and the Nordschleife. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you again next week.